Thanks for joining our special live coverage of the South Korea-Kazakhstan summit. The leaders of the two countries are about to pen and seal their agreements and make them public in a joint press conference. Let's head over to the scene right away. So in the
Асхат Хасенов, Қазмұнайгаз ұлттық компанияның басқарма төрағасы және Хон Хён Сон, Hyundai Engineering компаниясының президенті. Мұнайгаз және мұнай химия саласындағы ынтымақтастық туралы келісім.
다음으로 홍현성 현대엔지니어링 대표이사와 아스캇 하세노프 카즈무나이가스 사장이 석유과학화학 분야 협력에 관한 약정을 교환하겠습니다.
Сатқалиев Алмасадам. Сатқалиев Алмасадам, Қазақстан Республикасы энергетика министрі және Ан Док Кын, Корея Республикасының сауда, өнеркәсіп және энергетика министрі, электроэнергетика саласындағы жан-жақты ынтымақтастық жөнінде өзара түсіністік туралы меморандум.
Next, we will have An Dok-Kın, Minister of the Industry and the Energy Sector Minister of Kazakhstan, will have a signing ceremony for the MOU.
Қанат Шарлапаев, Қазақстан Республикасы өнеркәсіп және құрылыс министрі және Ан Док Кын, Корея Республикасының сауда, өнеркәсіп және энергетика министрі, сынды минералдар мен металдар саласындағы жан-жақты ынтымақтастық туралы меморандум.
Next, we will have Minister An Dok-Kın for the Industry and Kanat Chartev, and the Minister of the Strategic Construction of Kazakhstan will have the signing ceremony for strategic partnership.
Қазақстан Республикасы премьер-министрінің орынбасары, ұлттық экономика министрі және Чай Сонг Мок, Корея Республикасы премьер-министрінің орынбасары, экономика және қаржы министрі, білім алмасу және даму саласындағы ынтымақтастық туралы өзара түсіністік туралы меморандум.
Next, we will have Choi Sang-mook, Minister of Planning and Finance, and Nurman Bayatov, Vice Prime Minister of Kazakhstan, will have a signing ceremony for sharing of knowledge.
Нұрбек Саясат, Қазақстан Республикасы ғылым және жоғары білім министрі және Ли Чон Хо, ғылым және ақпараттық коммуникациялар технологиялар министрі, ғылым және технология саласында ынтымақтастық өзара түсіністік туралы меморандум.
Next, we will have Lee Jong-uk, Minister of Science and Technology, and also from Minister of Science from Kazakhstan on signing the MOU on the exchange of knowledge for science and technology.
Ерлан Нысанбаев, Қазақстан Республикасы экология және табиғи ресурстар министрі және Нам Сон Хён, Корея Республикасының орман шаруашылығы қызметінің төрағасы, орман шаруашылығы саласындағы ынтымақтастық жөнінде өзара түсіністік туралы меморандум.
Next, we have Nan Sam-hyung, Commissioner of the Forestry, as well as the counterpart of Kazakhstan, to sign an MOU on the forestry industry.
Дархан Жазықбай, Қазақстан Республикасы мемлекеттік қызмет істері агенттігінің төрағасы және Ким Сың Хо, Корея Республикасы персоналды басқару министрлігінің төрағасы, ынтымақтастық туралы меморандум.
Next, we will have Kim Seung-ho, Head of the Human Resources Development and Innovation, and the counterpart from Kazakhstan, to sign an MOU for the exchange of knowledge in the human resources sector.
Светлана Жақыпова, Қазақстан Республикасы еңбек және халықты әлеуметтік қорғау министрі және Чо Тэ-ик, Корея Республикасының Қазақстан Республикасындағы төтенше және өкілетті елшісі, жұмыспен қамту және еңбек саласындағы ынтымақтастық туралы өзара түсіністік меморандум.
Next, we will have Cho Tae-ik, Ambassador for the Kazakhstan, and as well as a counterpart from Kazakhstan, to have an MOU for comprehensive MOU and partnership.
Қазақстан Республикасы қаржы нарығын реттеу және дамыту агенттігінің төрағасы және Чо Тэ-ик, Корея Республикасының Қазақстан Республикасындағы төтенше және өкілетті елшісі, қадағалау саласындағы өзара түсіністік туралы меморандум.
Next, we have Cho Tae-ik, Ambassador to Kazakhstan, and the Regulatory Commissioner of Kazakhstan, to sign an MOU on partnerships.
Экология және табиғи ресурстар министрі және Чо Тэ-ик, Корея Республикасының Қазақстан Республикасындағы төтенше және өкілетті елшісі, Париж келісімінің 6-шы бабы бойынша ынтымақтастық жөніндегі өзара түсіністік туралы меморандум.
And lastly, we have Jo Tae-ik, ambassador to Kazakhstan, and also the counterpart of Kazakhstan to sign an MOU on an official partnership.
Алмасу рәсімі аяқталды. Енді екі ел басшыларының бірлескен мәлімдемесі басталады. Сұрақ қою қарастырылмаған.
This concludes the signing ceremony. From now on, we will come up with the joint media announcement. Honorable President Yoon and the media, as well as distinguished guests, first of all, I would like to thank President Yoon for coming to Kazakhstan, and thank you very much for visiting Kazakhstan. Today, Kazakhstan and Korea has been forming a strong partnership and friendship, and this year is a special one. And in particular, as President Yoon has visited the capital of Kazakhstan, we think that this is very important because the two countries' relationship has been upgraded to another level. And I personally respect this improvement in the relationship between the two countries. Today, for us to strengthen partnership and cooperation going forward, we have ourselves committed to strengthening it. We both exchanged our shared common goal of strengthening a relationship, and we have been able to prove that we both have been forming strong friendship. Sectors such as trade, investment, and economy are of our focus, and there has been about $6.5 billion for investment between our two countries last year, and we will try to expand this amount going forward. And Kazakhstan has more than 700 Korean companies in Kazakhstan who are actively working in Kazakhstan. There are Hyundai, Samsung, Kia, Lotte, and POSCO are the companies, to name a few. And these kind of conglomerates are actively, successfully carrying out their activities in Kazakhstan. And we do believe that this relationship will help us to strengthen our two countries' relations going forward. And there has been other sectors like environment, AI, electricity, and technology, and these are sectors that will be of our interest in supporting and strengthening our partnership. One of the our attention is the energy partnership between Tucson and Kazakhstan. So we have been talking about building a factory there, and Samsung Electronics in Kazakhstan is expected to construct a factory for manufacturing electronic goods. And GS, for example, is building a biopharmaceutical factory in Kazakhstan. It is expected to be built later on in Kazakhstan. Next, there are some other joint research center and complex built within Kazakhstan to increase cooperation between the two countries. So there are various projects going on between our two countries and to provide favorable conditions for Korea. Of course, in carrying out these projects, there are a lot of different types of means to carry it out. One of it is forming commissions between our two countries or business communities, and these will all assist in strengthening our cooperation. And also, there are some monitoring for banking systems, and this will be an MOU will be signed between our two countries. And this is to protect the investors and some regulatory to protect these investors. And there are. It is very delightful to say that a lot of the investors are actively working in the favorable conditions within Kazakhstan, and we're proud to announce that a lot of the youth in Kazakhstan are very interested in studying in Korea, and a lot of Kazakhstan youth are studying in Kazakhstan. Currently, our country has a lot of students who are majoring in engineering, and we're supporting them for their studies. So we do believe that if we are able to strengthen our partnership in these different sectors, it will help all our youths. So we also like to tell you that a lot of majors are being opened in Kazakhstan as to assist these projects to be successfully carried out in Kazakhstan. And we have also been providing support and will be providing support so that all these projects will be carried out successfully in Korea. And also various different types of cultural activities will be prepared and provided in Kazakhstan. And today, a lot of citizens in Kazakhstan are able to visit, they are okay without a visa for up to 30 days. There is a direct flight between Astana and Seoul, and this will be prepared later on, and an agreement has been settled. And today with President Yoon Suk-yeol and I have discussed various aspects and sectors that we will cooperate and form partnerships. In addition, regional, international issues have also been a part of our discussion, and we have come to an agreement. So we do believe that Korea and Kazakhstan has similar perspectives and opinions. So we do believe that our interactions will become developed. We, K-Silk Road, have established this initiative, and we support this, the K-Silk Road initiative. So in this aspect, we will have a multi-aspect, multi-spectral cooperation. And in this respect, we do want that there will be the summit going on, will be opened in Seoul next year, and we support this as well. We do believe that this will help our two countries to upgrade our relationship and partnership even further. All the tensions, all the conflicts will be resolved together in partnership, and we do know that this cannot be solved by a single country, and we need to participate and cooperate together. And this is proven that Kazakhstan and South Korea abides by the regulations by the United Nations and international regulations, and there are various aspects of approaches that we can take, and we do believe that it is crucial for us to keep our strategic and the security safe. As the President Yoon has visited Kazakhstan, it is a very important meaning to Kazakhstan, because this visit says that our cooperative relationship will develop into a new stage, and I'm very certain about this. Thank you very much. So Korea and Kazakhstan has established a strategic partnership for 15 years, and this year marks the special 15th year, and it is a significant honor for me to visit Kazakhstan as a state guest. I would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to President Tokayev and the people of Kazakhstan for the warm welcome. So Central Asia has historically been a crossroads where the East meets West. Today, while the caravans of the Silk Road may have disappeared, the Central Asia on the international stage, its importance is continuing to grow. In particular, the heart and economic hub of Central Asia is Kazakhstan, and economic and strategic cooperation with Kazakhstan is becoming increasingly essential. Today, President Tokayev and I, since the establishment of diplomatic ties in 1992, have extensive discussions on rapidly advancing relationship between Korea and Kazakhstan. The two leaders agreed that in the face of today's global complex crises and uncertainties, cooperation between Korea, which aims to become a pivotal global nation, as well as Kazakhstan, which is pursuing the construction of a new Kazakhstan, is becoming more crucial than ever. To this end, the two leaders have decided to further develop our strategic partnership into a more mutually beneficial and future-oriented relationship. First of all, the two countries, based on the MOU on cooperation in the power industry signed during visits, will further strengthen cooperation in modernizing power plants and the renewable energy sector. Through this, Korean companies will continuously contribute to Kazakhstan's power generation increase and industrial development, and we will support. Secondly, by combining Kazakhstan's abundant mineral resources with Korea's advanced technology, we have agreed to strengthen the supply chain of critical minerals. Now, during this visit, we signed 3 MOUs, including the MOU on cooperation in the supply chain of critical minerals, and agreed to develop partnerships across the entire cycle of exploration, mining, and refining of key minerals such as lithium. Additionally, we will cooperate to ensure our companies have priorities in developing economically viable minerals. Thirdly, we agree that our cooperation in infrastructure projects such as Almaty Ring Road and the Shikment Combined Heat and Power Plant has been very successful, and will work together and cooperate even further to create more successful examples in expanding Kazakhstan's energy infrastructure. In this regard, I have requested President Tokayev's special attention to ensure that our companies can contribute to major national projects such as gas processing plants that Kazakhstan is pursuing, and we ask for President Tokayev's special attention. Fourthly, our two leaders have exchanged broad views on regional and global security issues, including North Korean nuclear issues. Our two countries in particular have particularly condemned North Korea's illegal nuclear and missile development, and agreed to continue participating in international community's efforts to block North Korea's illegal financing. Lastly, I have explained to President Tokayev our government's Korea Central Asia and Silk Road cooperation initiative based on the principles of partnership, integration, innovation, as well as our plan to host a Korea Central Asia summit, and President Tokayev has given his full support. Now, moving forward, Korea will walk alongside Kazakhstan under this initiative and harmoniously blending our strengths in order to create a brighter and more prosperous future together. Now, in conclusion, I would like to express my deep gratitude to President Tokayev, the government of Kazakhstan, and its people for their warm hospitality as well as friendship. Thank you.
So there, we just watched the joint press conference by the leaders of South Korea and Kazakhstan. For more, let's turn to Dr. Baek Ju-hyun. For more, he is the former South Korean ambassador to Kazakhstan. Welcome.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me here.
So lots of deals and MOUs secured between the two sides. Which deal should we pay special attention to or stood out the most to you?
I think the main theme of today's discussion between the two presidents was K-Silk Road suggestion to Kazakhstan, and President Tokayev welcomed it. And next year, Korea will host a Korea 5 Central Asian countries summit in Seoul. And through this process, both sides agreed to broaden the cooperation level and upgrade the level of strategic partnership between Korea and Kazakhstan. I heard that there was a comment on modernization of electricity, which is necessary for industrialization of Kazakhstan. And also there was agreement on developing minerals of Kazakhstan and use it for Korea's necessity, just like EV and semiconductor. And I also heard that there was comment that how Kazakhstan and Korea can discuss and introduce the solution to the North Korean nuclear issues.
Definitely.
Then, especially concerning the security issue, the Kazakhstan has experienced first they abandoned the nuclear programs and transmitted all the warheads to then Soviet Union, and now on the territory of Kazakhstan there is no arsenal and no warheads, nuclear warhead. That is one thing. The second thing is they, even after that, they initiated the non-nuclear zone for whole Central Asia. Mm-hmm. It was done in the framework of the United Nations. And then they also proposed we must make a world without nuclear warheads. All the countries, including US and other countries who possess the nuclear warheads. So they have that kind of experience. But why they are repeatedly proposed this kind of idea, it is because the former President Nazarbayev decided to abandon nuclear programs mainly for two reasons. One is for the newly independent country, without abandoning nuclear programs, there is no way to introduce the foreign investment into Kazakhstan. Mm-hmm. And concretely, they invited the Chevron from US to develop Tengiz oil field, and it is still functioning as the very important foundation for economic growth of Kazakhstan. Mm-hmm. And the second thing is maybe it's more important for Kazakhstan and for South Korea and North Korea. They experience the undesirable nuclear test, not once or twice, but even 500 times right. In Soviet era. And as a result of that, it was done only in Semipalatinsk region that is located to the northeast of Kazakhstan. And many Kazakh people fall ill and died, even including the relatives of President Nazarbayev. So for the health of a whole people, as president of a new country, he decided to abandon nuclear weapons. But we can apply these two very important factors to North Korea too. Mm-hmm. First, without abandoning nuclear programs, nobody in the world, any international financial institutions or any country cannot invest into North Korea. And the second thing is, as I know, the linkage of downstream of the Korean Peninsula is so closely related, and it can give a negative impact not only to North Korea but even to South Korea by nuclear test from Hamgyong province. Mm. So I think if the North Korea will continue nuclear test, then they will endanger the health level of North Korean people. And the second is they will have no chance to introduce foreign investment into North Korea. So in that sense, the Kazakhstan can and would invite the countries to for example, to the Astana and have a forum over there, how to solve this issue and how to make a optimal solution to address the regional and global security issue.
Right. Kazakhstan has been there. That's why South Korea and Kazakhstan can work together in dealing with North Korea issues, especially when it comes to achieving denuclearization. And also, it looks like the summit will also lead to lots of opportunities for South Korean firms in Kazakhstan to thrive there. Let's talk about that.
I think when I found out the K-Silk Road initiative, then I would say that it is a perfect timing and perfect proposal. Why? Since the outbreak of Ukraine war, the activities of Korean business circles and even the member countries of Central Asia, their activities were shrinking very quickly. And there was so much limitation on activities. And that reduces the level of welfare of Central Asia and Korea too. So they were waiting and waiting, but we issued first in the Pacific strategy, and the secondly ASEAN initiative for solidarity. And now we are finally seeing the regional strategy of Korea as third regional strategy. And the Central Asian countries and Korean businessmen who are working in Central Asian countries are welcoming that. And as we heard from President Tokayev, he is welcoming it and supporting it, and he is willingly come to Korea next year for the summit. In the sense, we are seeing very good result after a 2 years pause since the outbreak of a war in Ukraine.
Right.
So in that sense, I welcome all that kind of agreement and initiative. Thank you.
Doctor, before I let you go briefly, President Yoon's Central Asia trip is all about, he says, bringing their people closer together. What does that mean? I mean, how can that be done?
For the last 35 years, there was not only economic cooperation, but there was many projects of during my ambassadorship in Astana. There was economic projects, but at the same time, the more important thing is there was very dynamic exchange of students and also cultural cores each other. And two-way cultural exchange was done for the last 35 years. Recently, we are seeing many art groups are coming from Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, and other Central Asian countries, and they are doing performance at the center of Seoul and in other province. So we are now enhancing the level of understanding and intimacy between the countries and between the people. So I'm so much satisfied about that. But now I can see that we agreed on electricity and very advanced industrial sectors and research centers and banking systems. For that, I would suggest that we must introduce not only for linguistic training course to Korea and to Kazakhstan, but I think it's better to propose the mastership or doctoral course to share the know-how and knowledge, science and technological knowledge of Korea to Kazakhstan.
Definitely. Hopes are high and a lot to look forward to. All right, Dr. Baek, thank you so much for joining us today.
Okay. Thank you so much.
And we also thank you for staying with us throughout our special live coverage of the South Korea-Kazakhstan summit. More details coming up at our later newscast at 6 p.m. Korea time.